I actually walked out of the financial crisis really well.
Okay.
So what happened was, in the middle of the financial crisis, somehow I got a 20-30% raise. There was no one to role model from.
So
I had no idea what to do.
How did that? How did you learn?
Yeah, I panicked. By mistakes.
I'd work on construction sites with him because he's an architect. And he promised me salary.
No way.
And at the end of the week, I'd be like, all right, so I'm gonna get, for example, £10 a day.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, so let's work this out. You work how many days? It's like holidays. I have to go there, right?
Yeah.
He's like, okay, so you work Monday to Friday. Okay, that's 5 days. What is the math? I'm at 50. We get these checks, right? We are ballers. We thought I was like £50. £50.
You get a Rolls Royce.
Oh, I thought I was gonna be like, I was like, guys, dinner's on me, or we're going cinema, we're gonna go this. We are loving life.
I'm the man.
Yeah. You know why he had those so many checks and why he gave out the checks freely? Because the bank was bankrupt. Doodle is like a kid's cute name for a penis, a kid's penis.
Oh, right, yeah,
and Tala is gold. So it's like, I love your gold dick. I'm like, that's some child abuse there. Anytime you would see anything on TV, whether it was film or the news, something would happen, you're like, please don't be doing it. I said, like, I'm so glad to have you by my side.
Yeah.
Because I know if you're not by my side, you're behind me. And I said, you know why I say you're behind me, right? She said, I said, not because I'm the man, I'm in front. She's like, no, because I'm kicking you. I was like, yep, that's the one. When it's a bad gig, I question all my life.
It doesn't matter how big a problem is, it'll go away. Things will happen. Yeah. What's the worst?
This too shall pass.
Yeah, better works, yeah.
Salman Qureshi.
Yes.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
I think I said it right.
Yeah, I think so too.
Thank you for coming to the... It's funny you say that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Okay,
But
tell me
even
why.
with my first name, I say Salman, right?
Yeah.
And I guess that's a very Pakistani subcontinent style.
Okay.
And then it was very recently, and I'm old, that an Arab guy came up to me and said it's Salman in Arabic or Persian. And I was like,
Salman, okay, I don't really.
yeah, it's a
They
scene.
emphasize?
So it was like Salman is the right pronunciation.
Not
or something.
Salman.
No, I'm about Salman.
Because I grew up. I mean, obviously, you know the
Salman.
writer Salman Rushdie.
Yes.
Because I know Salman Rushdie.
Yeah.
You know him?
He is.
He wrote a couple of books that
I
are.
do know him. Not personally.
No. So the funny thing you say that is because I've got a few years on me, and I always say Amin. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. And then they
Yes.
come to me like, you don't even know how to say your own name properly. I was like, my name's Amin. They're like, no, your name's Amin. I'm like, no, but I say Amin. They're like, yeah, but it's Amin.
Yeah. You don't get to decide.
You don't get to decide. And I'm like, yeah, but like, no, because in England, they used to call me, they rhyme Amin with bean. So I go with Amin.
Amin, yeah.
And they're like, no, it's Amin.
Is Amin or Amin, is it a Persian name?
Everything is Persian.
Persian.
You know?
Yeah.
Everything is Persian.
I know
So-
Urdu is like just basically stolen. Yeah.
So you basically, what happens, the way I say it with in Urdu is that you stole the alphabet, but you didn't steal the language properly.
Yes.
Because it's exactly the same alphabet.
That's because Arabic and Sanskrit kind of blended into it a little bit as well. So we kind of mashed it up. But I know there are a lot of words that
are
are
similar.
well, we've taken it from there.
Yes.
But I have to tell you, when I went to Iran the first time,
You've been?
loads of times. My dad was based in Iran for about almost 20 years for work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a reason why I get checked at U.S. immigration every time.
I haven't been since 1991, and I get checked every time. But it's I love the way they say it. What's the word? Randomly.
Random. Yeah.
I wish the random lottery was like that.
Last time I went, my last 2 years of travel came up, and I was like Algeria, Pakistan, Iran, Saudi. What was it? There was one. Lebanon,
Korea?
Egypt. Just North Korea was off the list. And I was looking at him. He was looking at me. I'm like, yeah, I know you want to check. Let's talk about this. but Iran, the first time we went around and we saw these signs of like billboards saying, what do you call it? Daru Khana,
Yeah.
right? So
Pharmacy.
you know that's pharmacy.
Yeah.
That's not what it means in Urdu. In Urdu, Daru is referred to alcohol. And so I was like, I thought these guys were quite conservative. What's going on?
But this is a religion.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, so open-minded.
Yeah. So you know, it's like taking words also, and then I see where the root was pharmacy and all that, and maybe alcohol was part of, you know, they mean like chemical alcohol, and we turned it into like, woo!
Yeah, some people say that alcohol is
I'll
a
take some
medicine.
daru.
So, like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. And then I found Persian compared to Arabic is something personally. I found it much easier to pick up stuff
Okay.
because Urdu is more primarily and more words were common. Yeah.
But you think that's because there's so many different types of Arabic dialect, which is hard to differentiate between the.
That too, man. Like
Because that's why I haven't. I mean, that's the reason I'm going to use that. I haven't learned to speak Arabic yet.
But it's true.
Because all my different friends will tell me, Lala Habibi, you need to learn
Yeah.
Egyptian.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, you need to learn
Yeah.
Levant. And I said, no, you need to Iraqi.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, how about I just gonna stick. I'm gonna learn.
You can't.
I can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
10 years of schooling.
You lived.
where
Where
Arabic,
where were
Saudi.
you born? You were born in
I
Saudi.
was born in Saudi. I lived. I did my IGCSEs till there.
Yeah.
and the whole time I was learning Arabic in school. It was a compulsory.
Well, the school was Arabic.
No. My school was English, but in
Yeah.
Saudi you had to take Arabic as
Yeah. Here as well.
non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Yeah, as they do here.
Yeah, it's part of the curriculum. Yeah.
But they had levels, so beginner, middle, junior,
Mother
tongue or whatever. And I had some friends who non-Arab speaking who got there. I stayed in basic my whole life. Also, I just wasn't interested, so I just passed easier with that. They put me in the middle in 1 year, and I begged the teacher to
Please
send
put me back.
But that wasn't it. It's what you said. When they taught me formal Arabic. So I would go up
Yeah.
to Arabs and go, "Ana zahabt madrasa," and they would look at me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
Because
it's like, what are you saying?
yeah, it's like going and speaking Shakespearean English to
Yeah.
someone.
Where art thou, library?
Yeah, and you would
you're
go,
like,
"What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
So they'd laugh, and then that would take away any confidence to want to learn because I'm like, "Hey, you're telling me this is Arabic, but in real life, that's
see,
what happens."
Yeah, I'm doing Duolingo, and I try to speak to my friends, and it's not promoting. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and
Sure you aren't.
I'm not.
Duolingo, the best
Sponsorship.
language
For the
course.
family. I have a 995-day streak, which by the
And
way,
if you use code Amin,
you
not
get
Amin.
25%.
If you say
off.
Amin, you don't
Yeah.
get the discount.
Exactly.
You say Amin
And
20.
I'm like, I've been using the thing for 2 years. And I go to speak to someone, and they're like, "What did you just say?" And I'm like, "Ana imra'atun rajulan," and they're like, "No,
Yeah.
no, you are speaking like you're speaking formal Arabic,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we don't talk like that."
Yeah.
I'm like, then why did they teach it?
That's it. And how are you supposed to then learn it?
But this is all languages. I'm trying to learn Brazilian. I'm trying to
Yeah.
learn Italian, and they're all of them the same.
Spanish isn't. Spanish is actually, I find Spanish easier.
But then you got Latin and European, or
Doesn't matter. Well, not to sponsor some other guy.
go ahead.
But there's one called Paul Nobles. And with Salman Qureshi gets a 20% discount. Code Qureshi. But he teaches. You should listen to it. I thought it was actually the best. I'm terrible at languages,
Okay.
but he teaches. He kind of overlaps the words and breaks it down in a different way for you to. So he's not teaching the formal stuff.
Yeah.
And he actually tells you actively, don't try to memorize. Forget everything. Just go through the video. And I was like, yeah, whatever. He's just,
Yeah.
it's a
And then
shtick.
Paul who? I might
Paul
try.
Noble.
And you've learned Spanish then?
I have, yeah. Hablar español.
Habla español?
Yeah. I don't do it when I'm in Texas.
Especially not now.
Yeah.
I know habla español and donde está biblioteca. You see?
Yeah.
Which everybody needs to know.
Yes, yeah.
Where is the library? Yeah, because it's such an important thing these
And that's
days.
the other thing he doesn't do. It's not so much.
Yeah.
He's making, you know what he does? He makes you think about what to say a little bit as well.
Okay.
And that forces you to kind of go, okay, what do I think first?
Yeah.
And then he tells you it's completely wrong.
But how many days is your streak?
Of listening to it.
Yeah.
I'm on a break now since the holidays.
Duolingo, I'm telling you, 900 days. And they keep on telling me, you don't lose your streak. So then I'm like, oh shit, I don't lose my streak. Let me play chess. It's like I do. And then my streak continues.
For playing chess?
Yes.
I think that's why you're not learning Arabic.
I think
That might be it.
because then there'd be like a maths one as well, and I'll do like basic maths, and then I
You need
continue
to
my
go
streak.
back and actually check how much of it was actually Arabic learning versus everything else.
I don't
I'm an
want
expert
to.
chess player at this
Yeah.
point.
And they're like, don't you like you're learning basic arithmetic? I was like, yes, I need to keep my. It's for my son because my son's in grade 2, so I need to know what he's going to be learning.
They do math differently now, don't they? The technique.
I have no idea.
Yeah?
I don't
Yeah.
if when it comes to math and when
Yeah.
it comes to studying, it's going to be my wife's
Oh,
job.
right.
I
You've
can't.
outsourced it.
Yeah, it has to be. Like he needs to learn, so let him learn from someone who understands.
Even at the primary level.
Even at the primary level.
Wonderful.
I have trauma when it comes to mathematics.
Yeah. I was not great at math either.
Funny enough, I was amazing at maths until
Really?
a certain age. Yeah.
Until what happened?
Until end of GCSEs.
You just gave, like, what happened to switch?
No, because my dad's a mathematical
peaked.
genius. Like my dad's is a ridiculous genius when it comes to maths. So the pressure was there.
Yeah.
The pressure was there. And I was great, 11 years old. I'm like, oh, this kid's a prodigy.
Yeah.
And then I didn't go to the best of secondary schools. And they're like, he needs to do his mathematics GCSEs early.
Yeah.
I was like, great. And they're like, they're predictive, he's going to get an A* early.
Yeah.
And then I came back with a B. Early, 1 year early,
Yeah.
which is great. And
Yeah.
my dad was disappointed. It's like, dude.
B's for bad.
What is B? Shoo B. What is this? And yeah, it was just.
He sent you for a DNA test.
And I wanted to study art and write literature, and he was like, "You need to do pure mathematics, pure math." Like, and then I don't know, statistics.
Yeah.
Like all my A levels had to be maths,
Oh.
and I was like, "How is this going to help me with art?" And no. You're going to Mohandas. You're going to engineer. It was like literally either you're going to be an engineer or a doctor, and if you can't do any of those, you'll be a lawyer.
Yeah.
It was like
The law was the least.
that was a lot. I was like, I'm great at arguing. Let me be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And then you see what lawyers are like in England.
Yeah.
And they wear the wigs and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I wanted to be a lawyer when I was a kid.
Really? Was it because you read John Grisham books or something like that?
No.
Oh, I had that moment.
I'm older than that.
You're older than John Grisham books?
Not older than John Grisham, but I'm older than John Grisham books, I think. I think so.
Really?
Yeah, because wasn't John Grisham like in the 90s?
Yeah, early 90s though.
Huh?
Early 90s.
Yeah, but I was born in the 70s.
You stopped reading in the 90s?
I didn't stop.
Oh, but
reading.
then your career. Yeah.
No, I didn't. No, it was because of LA Law.
Oh.
LA Law was super cool show.
Yeah.
My education is TV.
Yeah.
That's it. If it was on TV, that's how I learned.
Right.
And then
I had 2 hours of TV a day. Not because my parents were straight. It was
they went straight. Strict.
I don't know about that. I feel like they had 5 kids. So
5 kids.
we're 5, so we must have been straight.
So you had 2 hours of TV a day.
Not because of my parents.
Yeah.
Saudi only had 2 hours of English cartoons for that. That was it. The channel would open at 4 p.m. and we'd sit there, with the pre-broadcast.
Yeah, waiting for it. We had the color screen grid or something like that.
Yeah. The circle. They had a circle thing.
Okay.
I just sit there, waiting, like countdown for 5, just watching this thing.
From
going.
4 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
And then it would kick off. You'd have about, I don't even know if it was 2 hours or 1 hour or 2 hours. And they'd show some different cartoons and then they'd end it with like one of the major cartoons. If it was Ninja Turtles or, so you look forward to it. But that's it. There was no other channel. There's no other option except if you got video cassettes.
Yeah.
And then the night there were some TV shows, but it was some sitcoms and stuff, American sitcoms.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
That was all you had.
And that was not every night, the sitcoms. Like they come out once a week. So
Yeah, we had to wait.
Yeah.
This is one thing, yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
There was no streaming and like watching things back to back to back.
I was in Jeddah
Yeah.
on clear sky days.
Yeah.
You had the old aerial TV.
Yeah.
That's what we had, the aerials, right? On a clear sky from across the Red Sea, the Egyptian channel would be caught. And as it flickered through, we'd watch some Indian movies because apparently the Egyptians loved Amitabh Bachchan from Bollywood.
Seriously.
I'm not making this up. So my life growing up was, it's a clear day. And across the river comes the movie broadcast from Egypt of an Indian movie, and I get to watch it.
I thought you were going to tell me that your siblings would send you upstairs to like mess around with
that
with
too.
the antenna. And be like, okay, it's good. It's Salman, move. Stay there now. Don't move.
Yeah, that was part of it. But we did all right. My dad was decent, earning decently, so we had a different guide.
You had some. So your dad traveled a lot then. So you went to Iran and you lived in Saudi.
Yeah.
What did
That's
your dad used to
primarily. He worked for a thing called OIC. It's called the longer form is Organization of Islamic Countries. And
Okay.
Yeah. But it's not a religious organization. It's a more political one.
Okay.
And this is why I get checked.
This is why you get checked at airports. Yes. And you will continue to get
Exactly.
checked. Yes.
So the best way I can describe it, the easiest way if you don't know it, is that it was kind of like the United Nations for the Islamic bloc.
Okay.
And in the 80s, when who was the king at that time in Saudi? King Faisal.
Yeah,
He kicked it off as a unity thing,
Mhm.
and the headquarters was always in Jeddah. And it got initially it had great ideas and plans and stuff. Over time, I guess it got diluted. But my dad was a career diplomat through that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And here's a fun fact. It's my dad. That's where he works. My whole life, I know the headquarters is in Jeddah. He goes to work every day. He's taken me on Take Your Kid. So I know that's the headquarters. We had this exam, and one of the questions was, where's the headquarters? And I happened to glance at my friend who wrote Riyadh, and I went, oh. And I changed my answer. And when it came back, I was like, I knew it was Jeddah. Why did I do this?
You vote Riyadh.
I changed. I had doubts over my whole life. I mean, that was the
Where
crazy.
did this doubt start in your childhood?
I realized then that I had low self-confidence or something. Clearly, I don't know where it came from, but I don't know where it started. But that was like the point where I realized I had it, and I was like, I will next time back myself up to know an
I have
answer.
more belief in myself. I've been there. I know.
That I know. But it was just so hilarious because he was a more.
He was a smarter kid.
He was a smarter kid. And no, he generally his grades were higher and stuff, so I respected him out of that. But early culthood, I got.
Did that not teach you that cheating doesn't pay off?
That too. That was part of it. I actually did. I stopped. I was like, I might as well just flunk or something. It wasn't even like I was consciously trying to cheat. I swear, I just happened to glance, and he was answering the same thing, and I was like, Riyadh, yeah, he's the smart kid. 10 years of my dad telling me this is the head office I go to. No.
You're lying,
Dad.
You didn't
Yeah.
know.
It was the stupidest thing.
So you were in Riyadh,
Jeddah.
Jeddah until you were 16.
The head office. Yeah.
And then where'd you?
I came to Dubai
Okay.
then because my sister was here. She was already studying, and then I ended up being here for most of it.
What'd you study?
In and out from. I did my bachelor's in business.
Of course.
General business degree. Yeah. And my dad also tried.
Yeah.
My mom tried doctor.
Oh, she did.
And
Okay,
then I
cool.
found out how many years you have to study. I'm like, no way. But
Okay.
they were kind. They weren't pushy. That's what I meant. Like they just.
Hey, don't rub it in. It's okay.
They were. Yeah. I appreciate it when I.
Oh, they didn't really push you?
Not at all. Like my
Wow, I don't know what
brown
that's
parents were. Yeah. Dude, I had like brown parents, like other kids. Like my dad beat me up because I got a A- and stuff.
Yeah.
And my parents would be like, all right, it's the end of the year. You passed. We go to Toyland, was like the Toys R Us of that time.
Yeah.
Pick one toy of your wish. So I was like spoiled like that. It was like they were just
Oh, wow.
way too kind.
Oh no, my
Way
dad
too-
would take me to work. I'd work on construction sites with him because he's an architect. And
To the math.
He promised me salary.
No way.
And at the end of the week, I'd be like, all right, so I'm going to get, for example, £10 a day.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, so let's work this out. You worked how many days? It's like, so holidays. I'd have to go there, right?
Yeah.
He's like, okay, so you work Monday to Friday. Okay, that's 5 days. What is the math? I'm at 50. Okay, good. Now, minus electricity. What? Electricity, room and board, food, your clothes, your telephone.
He calculated all of that.
All of that. He's like, so if you minus this, and this, how much is that? And I'm like, minus 10
You owe
pounds.
him.
He's like, so you can either get your £5 allowance or you can owe me money. I'm like, I'll take my allowance. So I worked all week and I would get £5.
I feel like they call it child labor now.
Child labor, child abuse,
Child
a lot of
abuse.
things, yeah. But I
That's
think the
brilliant.
statute of limitations is passed now. So it was, yeah.
You should go back and
I
with
have-
interest.
Dude, I have trauma when it comes to construction sites.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Anything like putting up shelves,
Yeah.
IKEA. I
Brown parents are like that though. The one thing my mom did do was, in Eid, do you guys give out money to the kids
we did them to a certain age.
to a certain age?
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
not like an
I
18-year-old.
I have trauma about that as well.
What's your trauma?
So do you know the bank BCCI?
Yes. Your dad
Okay.
put.
No, my dad had a checkbook from them.
Okay.
Okay, so one Eid comes round, all right, and they write the check, right?
Yeah.
And my dad is amazing. My dad's a great artist as well, and a
Yeah.
great calligrapher. Wonderful, So
Yeah.
he wrote down
Oh, beautiful.
Amin Soltani, £50. I was like 9 years old. Me
Yeah.
and my cousins went ballistic. You know what £50 is in the 80s?
Yeah.
Amazing. We get these checks, right? We are ballers. We thought I was like, £50. £50.
I'm gonna get a Rolls Royce.
Oh, I thought I was gonna be like, I was like, guys, dinner's on me, or we're going cinema, we're going to go this. We are loving
I'm
life.
the man.
Yeah. You know why he had so many checks and why he gave out the checks freely? Because the bank was bankrupt. There was no such thing as the bank.
No, my mom had put money in it too.
There was no bank.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was genius. I had money in this bank.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 week before, I took all the money out.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. I said, how much you take out? He says, 150 pounds.
Okay.
I said, would it really have been that much of a problem? Like, you know, like people lost millions. You're like
I know.
150 pounds,
I know.
and he would have been hurt. I'm like, that's the 150 pounds you owe me and my cousins.
Yeah.
And I remember holding that check for the longest time.
Just
hoping.
maybe one day BCCI
Maybe
will
yeah,
acknowledge
but-
it. You know what they did though? Years later, I remember I was still young, and we got this envelope, and it was addressed to Master Salman, Master Hamad,
that's
my
what
younger
kids
brother,
get, yeah.
and baby Mariam, right? So my sister and we were
Yeah.
kids, so that's how they referred to.
Yeah.
That was your title, and they had sent out some of the money back.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't see a dime of it. My mom did, but they actually did send it out years later. I don't remember. I'll ask my mom next time.
Yeah, where's the money, Mom?
Yeah. How much was
interest.
that? And it
Yeah.
was in pounds. I know.
Exactly.
So that's
Interest
why I
rate.
know BCCI, and obviously I think because the guy was Pakistani or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
the head
just-
of the bank. was Pakistan. It wasn't his fault though.
And that's why you get checked in immigration. It's all the time.
You should read the history though. It's,
Oh yeah,
it's,
I'm gonna go back
yeah.
and see if I can get my money. see if I
what
find the
they
check.
what they got pulled down for is things other banks also do. So it wasn't like wrong, but it was harsher on them
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was
Yeah, yeah.
it's an interesting story.
They
to me.
became too successful too quickly.
Yeah, and
Yes.
from this region.
Yes.
So
and they're like, oh no, we cannot
yeah,
allow
not a
this.
bank.
No,
No,
we
no.
are.
The media thing. So my dad once told me that they tried like getting this contract done with one of the French news agencies.
Yeah.
And they put the condition that when we send you something, you have to publish it, and we can choose to publish your piece of news or not. And obviously, these guys went, no. So, we're going to do your propaganda, and you're going to say no to any true facts we send you. What the hell? So it fell through. But those were the kind of
The things that, they were
things
doing,
that did happen. And I got like a few insights into that. It's very cool. He flew in a plane with Idi Amin as well. Yeah. Yeah,
Your
dude.
dad?
He's danced in his private jet with him because the colleagues went, Zahid, his name was Zahid, likes to dance. And so they kind of pushed him in, and Idi Amin is like, yeah. And he's like,
He danced for Idi Amin or with
no,
Idi Amin?
wait. Wait,
Dance!
wait. Well, that's the story he says. Now that you mention it.
No.
I don't know, but it was some meeting. And so he used to travel a lot to different countries to hold conferences and meetings about things. And one of them was in Uganda when Idi Amin was in power, and they had to take a trip between two of the cities. So he got on the private jet with him, and he's like, the whole time he's like, he's gonna eat me because of the rumors that was going around about him. Yeah, so it's some crazy stuff.
That's insane.
That he's seen. Yeah,
So I had these group of friends when I used to play football with when I was a teenager,
yeah.
and from like Fulham, Chelsea, London area, and they used to call me. The one guy started one day calling me Remy Amin.
Remy
Amin, and they
Okay.
thought it was super hilarious, and
Yeah.
they were like making like for them they were making fun of me calling
Yeah.
me Remy Amin, and I was like,
I feel like
So-
it sounds cool.
I think I was like,
Yeah.
it's better than other things I've heard. Believe me,
Yeah.
They're like, no, Remy Amin. So then after a while, I'm like, so why am I called Amin? He's like, oh, like the dictator in it, and I was like, Idi Amin, and they were like, yeah, and they were like, it's Idi Amin. They're like, no, oh no, we prefer Remy. And I was like, okay. Then it became Remington because I was hairy, so they called me Remington because I was like, I went from Remy Amin to and you were supposed to call me Idi Amin
How did they think it is Remy?
because racists are really.
You know those
educated.
people are working in Starbucks now, right? Like screwing.
No,
your
they
name
used to
up.
work in the post office.
Oh,
I loved it. But
It's
it was
brilliant.
hilarious. I was like,
Yeah.
what's Remy Amin? And it just became, and then they started calling me Remy.
yeah.
So I thought I was French. Like it was like I was like, okay, I don't see the insult here, but
Yeah, I was like, that's a very cool. You had good
very-
friends.
it was very, very cool.
Yeah.
And then when you find out the really why behind
Yeah.
it, it was like, oh, because they were calling me, an African dictator.
You talk about. Also, why? Why?
Obviously.
Yeah. If they called you what's the
Khomeini.
Khomeini.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe.
But
But
it
this was like a different thing.
blanket.
I don't know. I like to say that we played football. They saw me in the shower. They're like, he must be African. You know, just no. No, but it
you
wasn't.
do bring up racism growing up in,
I had
your
it.
stand-up,
Yeah.
and was it that bad?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like-
Everything I say is true.
Yeah,
The jokes about the homosexuality, the gay
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
is
yeah.
that was my dad and his friends.
I
But they used
laugh
to joke
every
around with
time
me.
you pronounce
But the
it.
racism, yeah, I had a guy literally
Yeah.
crack me in the head, and I randomly just because he said, "Go back to India, you Paki." I'm like, "But I'm from Iran."
Oh, so physical attacks
Oh
as well.
yeah.
Man,
London was
that's-
wonderful.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Okay, so I've got like a. Do you remember Mind Your Language?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Of
I
course.
love that show.
It's amazing.
But I also think about for kids like you growing up. First of all, you weren't represented. There's an Iranian.
I wasn't represented.
No. Sorry
they
about
had
that.
the Spanish, they had the Indian. I
Yeah,
was like, what does that
Pakistani.
mean?
Bangladeshi.
Yeah.
They went all subcontinent. They skipped Iran.
And they skipped us completely.
That is
There was no
interesting, though.
Iraq, no Iran. I don't
Was
think
there
it
any Arab at all?
I was just thinking, I don't know if it was Arab. If it
There
was,
was
it's
no
probably like
Arab.
a Spanish guy with a mustache, and they probably thought he was.
Yeah,
It was something. No, they had
he was
nothing.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I found that funny, right?
Yeah.
And actually, I was like really impressed by the fact that a Pakistani was on a British show.
Yeah.
so
But was he really
representation.
Pakistani or was he playing Pakistani?
He was playing Pakistani. I found out
Okay.
later, obviously. I
Yeah.
forget. I think he was Bangladeshi originally.
Oh, he was?
British,
Okay, then it's-
Bengali or whatever.
That's right.
I think so. He was subcontinent.
It was okay, yeah.
It wasn't a
it's-
brown-faced white guy.
Was it Ben Kingsley?
Yeah. Oh wait, it's
Well, hold on a
Ken.
minute. Yeah, that doesn't work out.
Yeah. That just changes the tune
The whole thing.
completely. But I thought, but my question was like, did shows like that make you go, "We're being made to look silly," or "This is
No,
part
because
of
we
the
had.
racism?"
So that was funny to us.
Yeah,
For me,
yeah.
anyway.
I thought
For
so
me, it
too.
was super funny. But growing up, like in the 80s,
Yeah,
after a while, it just, anytime you would see anything on TV, whether it was film or the news,
Yeah.
something would happen, you're like, please don't be another Iranian attack.
Oh,
Please
right.
don't be.
yeah,
And it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
so like you'd watch Top Gun or you'd watch Toy Soldiers or
Yeah.
Navy SEALs, and it was always
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun. It
Yeah.
was always like either Saddam Hussein
Yeah.
or an Iranian guy. Like it was always
Yeah,
something.
just
like,
clubbed together
all
anyway.
the time, and like they're same but different. Like
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but I'm like that. I'm like that's Saddam Hussein. That's a different country. They're like,
Yeah.
you're all the same.
I think
So-
we still face it though.
Yeah.
Anytime there's an
100%.
attack or somewhere.
Yeah, the first thing you're like, please God, don't let it
don't
be
be
Muslim.
Muslim,
Don't be, let it, please let it be Iranian guy, like nothing. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
And he's like, it's a white guy.
Yeah.
Thank God. You know what I mean?
Thank God
Thank
we
God.
didn't do this mass
Yeah.
murder.
Because it's like, and then I'm like, and then because they would always talk about Iranians being suicide bombers. And I was
Really?
like,
Did you have that?
oh, all the time.
But I don't feel like
this
you had
never
a history.
happened.
Yeah.
I was like, do you know how selfish these people are? They don't do this stuff.
Yeah.
We don't.
I can't imagine Iranians doing
It
that.
was all the time, like so much.
Wow.
Yeah, so much racism.
Wow.
And then I played football as well.
Right.
So if football was really, really racist
Really?
all the time.
Like,
Like I played on I played with Jamaican and African players, like on predominantly African teams.
yeah.
And it was great being with them
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they like took me on as one of their
Yeah.
one of their guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anyone who's racist towards me, they would like,
Right.
give them a kick.
They're like your
it was
bodyguard. protector.
wonderful. It was wonderful. But then they would see it. And
But
they were
also,
like,
I see why you were called Idi Amin.
but
Do you
then we
see
were
that
like-
now?
They
Amin?
were like, man, we thought we were called
Yeah.
ninjas. And they would call me Sand Ninja all the time. All the time.
There's snow in Iran.
Yeah, and I was like, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the time. All the
Ah.
time.
What
So-
did they get? Like they got it worse.
They used to get it worse, but they were big boys. No one said
Yeah,
anything
no
to
one
them.
does
You
that
know,
to
like
them, yeah.
and live to tell the tale. But if they
Yeah.
say to me, I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. But in the 70s and 80s, when the West Indies cricket team, I don't know if you know much about,
Yeah.
it, but when
Yeah.
they were like
Ambrose.
touring and like
yeah,
all colored people were
Yeah.
very like proud of that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was these people
course.
dominating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it,
there's-
became, it was, you know, I remember when the first, you know, when ethnic football players started playing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There were breakthroughs, but they used to go through torment.
yeah.
Like
So-
even for their own teams.
Yeah, yeah. So
And-
when you say you face racism, football, you mean like from the crowds, the coaches? Because the players you're saying were mostly
I would get it from no, I played for Jamaican teams afterwards.
Right,
But at the
oh, okay.
beginning, fellow teammates,
wow.
coaches, not getting picked, crowds, like we was
That is-
amazing.
that is-
amazing instances.
Yeah.
Like we would go to matches and we wouldn't change. We would change in the changing rooms and then take
Yeah.
our clothes and put them in the car.
Yeah.
And you had your keys with you, so that because a lot of times what would happen is it would kick off and they would chase you, and you would just run straight to the car. and just
You had to plan
yeah,
to
all
be
of it.
attacked.
A lot. Especially
Was
certain
this
parts
your
of-
own teammates we're talking about?
No. This is
The cross team.
this was the opposition. But like we went to certain parts of London,
Wow.
and they were like, we knew that this team is this, and this is that's going to be, and they're going to have their fans are going to
we
be
have
there.
to run.
Yeah. We a couple of games we got abandoned. We ran away. It was fun.
Are you kidding me?
No.
That sounds like.
I remember we played. I was an under 18s team,
Yeah.
and there was this one dad, big ogre of a man, just big beer belly racist dude.
Yeah.
Started hurling abuse at one of my teammates. I had a Nigerian teammate and a Jamaican teammate, and they were younger.
Yeah.
And this guy came on, and the dad and one of the kids turned around, Leroy, and he just cursed the guy out. Oh, I remember him cursing.
Yeah.
He said, "What?" And the dad marched on to the pitch. Yeah, to a thing.
To a kid.
To a kid. The kid's 17.
Yes.
Right? He was but the dad was a dad, and his son was playing against us.
Yeah.
So the dad, oh, you think that? Leroy laid him out. It was a full-on brawl after that.
Oh.
He knocked him out. Imagine your dad comes onto the pitch and he gets knocked. It was amazing. Like it was crazy.
He deserved it.
But it
It
would
would kick
happen a lot.
off all the
Yeah,
time.
all the time.
Man.
I've got like the scars from it and stuff. People hitting you, running, being chased. It was
It sounds.
it's wonderful.
How do you reconcile that in adult life? Do you feel angry? Have you let go of that anger, or do you consider that home anymore? Like
What,
the
England?
UK or
No,
yeah.
this is home now.
Yeah.
This is home now. I think it's changed a lot over the years. I think after a while, you realize that the more people do that is because they're afraid.
Of course.
They're afraid, they're scared of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And of the unknown.
Yeah.
And it was, and I got it from so many different places. It didn't really, there was no like, oh, I don't like white people, I don't like this or this. And I was a bit obviously skeptical. And I remember meeting my wife, and I met my wife.
Is she Iranian?
No, she's a pure blood English.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah, she's English and from Lincoln and everything. And I was like, she's not, right? So I was really worried that because I've had partners before in the past. I remember one, she was.
And you feel.
Oh, I didn't have to feel it. I heard it. I didn't have to feel it. I was dating a white girl once, and the mum was like straight up, like, he's darky. And I was like, I'm not darky. I'm like, you understand you're darker than me? And then there was one girl I was dating. She was half Chinese, quarter English, quarter Italian. Okay.
Yeah.
But she looked like she was from, she was dark skinned. Yeah. She had like long hair, like almost like Afro kind of hair.
Right.
Right. And I remember going to see her grandparents, her grandmother and her grandmother's sister.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? How are you, Danielle? Hi. As I walk out the room, and the mum is half Chinese, half English, because
Yeah.
As I walk out the room, the grandmother turns around to her to her granddaughter and says, "He's a bit dark, isn't he?" And I hear it, and I was like, "Have you seen your granddaughter?"
I know.
If I go I burn in the sun. Like I can't handle. Like I'm not a dark. Like
Yeah.
not that whatever. Either way, but I'm like she's much darker than.
Yeah.
That was one.
Darky.
Yeah, she was like, he's a bit dark, innit? And I was like,
But she might have meant it in a nice way. He's a darky.
No, it was finished. It was dark, and then she had to break up with me.
Back. Yeah.
She had to,
check if anything's been stolen. Shake him up a little bit before.
That was the last time I was allowed. No, she I think she told
you
him,
actually.
No, she said if you want to stay with him, you can leave the house. Yeah, so it was like and I was like, listen, I like you, but you're not moving in with me. It was just like we was 18 years old.
Yeah.
So that was one, and then but I was really worried about meeting my my in-laws.
Yeah.
And he's just passed away. My father-in-law
sorry.
now, who was an amazing man, but big English guy,
Right.
Like, merchant, sailor, Coast Guard, everything. So I thought, he's from London, from Wandsworth. Like he's from a very tough family. His dad was a boxer in the military.
Right. And traditionally, you start feeling like these people
they're going to be
conservative.
I was like, I've seen these guys all the time.
Yeah.
They're not going to accept me.
Yeah.
Blah blah.
But you still went.
But I have to, I have to ask for the hand in marriage, and I asked her older brother first, and then when I met the dad, I asked the dad.
How long did you date her before?
Huh?
How long did you date her before?
Before asking.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to marry her within 3 months.
Oh, no, yeah.
And then the first time I saw her brother was within 6 months, and I asked straight away.
Yeah.
And then I approached. It was like we started dating in April, and then by December I'd seen the dad, and I asked.
Okay.
When I saw the dad, Salman, I've never come across a man so worldly and educated. Considering he comes from I would say a lower class or like a lower stature, like a working class, very
Got
working
it.
class.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you know, he's one of like 13 siblings.
Right,
He
right.
joined the merchant.
The working
navy,
class.
very working class,
Yeah.
but he worked all his life.
Yeah.
He was a sailor when he became a merchant sailor when he was 16. He started studying.
Right.
He worked his way up from the bottom to a captain. You know.
Yeah.
And then when he retired, he became in the Coast Guard. He started telling me stories of places he's traveled, friends he had.
Yeah.
He says, and then he was like this. He's like, when I visited Palestine, when I visited Egypt and here and Africa and Kenya, and I was like, and he was like, oh, my friend, and it was just like he was
exposure, right?
He was exposed. He was so worldly, and he knew so much.
Yeah,
He'd been to Iran before. I was like, eh?
Wow.
So he was just like so cool and open minded.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal, and like you can tell. I don't know if you have it, but once you've been through enough, you can tell when someone
is faking it or yeah.
God bless his soul. This man was so cool, and he had this. He would come to our house. He would sit on the balcony, and he'd have his book, his binoculars, and have his little drink, and then we'd be driving somewhere, and he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to so and so location."
Yeah.
He's like, I said, "I think you'll find if you take the right here and then take a left and you'll get there quicker." I was like,
He told you.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, I don't think so, Ray. I mean, this is the way I normally go. He's like, yeah, but if you take a right here, this and that, you'll get to this, and there's another road there, blah, blah. And I was like, and my wife was like, listen to him. He knows directions. Trust me.
Yeah.
And he didn't live here. He'd only been here for a few days, but he was literally, he would look with the binocular. He just knew navigation.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
And he knew. He was so good with directions.
Yeah.
And I'm terrible with directions, by the way.
Right.
I go from my house to the anywhere.
Yeah.
I go every day.
Google Map it.
Every
I
day
think
I
we've
go to
dumbed
my
ourselves
son's school.
down though. Yeah.
I take my son to school 5 days a week.
Yeah,
I'm on Waze and Google Maps.
Dude, I'm using it in
Every
the
single
flat
time.
now. Like, where's
And
the
I know-
bathroom?
I'm telling you. But he was phenomenal. It was really refreshing to be.
To meet someone like that, and
Yeah.
Also,
He
you
was-
just never know, right? Like,
You never know.
We
You
make
never know.
assumptions,
And then
it works
and then-
both ways. Yeah.
It works both ways, because I have to say some of my family were also, when I was playing football, and they're like, he's playing football with people from these countries. He's going to become like, what is this? And it wasn't. So the funny thing, it wasn't even my family, but it was. So I played football with the Iranian football team.
Yeah.
And then when I left the Iranian football team, I was going to better teams.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about me too much. We should talk about you a bit.
But-
I mean, that's the whole point.
No, but
we'll just make this episode about me, and then you come back next time.
It's
And
very
then-
similar. That's why I'm listening to it.
And
in
they would
awe.
come to me. They
Yeah.
would go to my uncle. Sorry, my dad's older brother, the one that the jiu-jitsu jokes I make. Him.
Yeah.
And they would say, Amin, he's playing football with people.
With people.
With people. These people, they are from, what do we say, a little bit these other countries. Maybe they're smoking and they're doing naughty stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, some uncle was like, yeah. He was like, why are you not playing football with your people anymore? I said, because my people are shit at football. These guys are really, really good. And if I want to elevate and be a pro, this is what I play with, because I was trying to become a professional football player.
Yeah.
And he was like, but I heard they are meshkis, Meshki is black. And I was like,
Where does that word come from?
Meshki means black in Farsi.
In Farsi, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, you think it's okay? And I was like,
You think it's
Yes.
okay for you?
do I think it's okay? Yes. He's like, why? He says, because when I play with them, I'm protected.
Yeah.
They take care of me like I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of the boys. So yes.
I have been called black.
I'm like, you know what I mean? They bond with me. They're like, Sand Ninja. Like, they would call me Sand Ninja as well, but in the term of affection.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
it's different.
I didn't say it back. It was not there was a line. But we were boys. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And they were older and they took care of me. And they're like, but are you
Yeah.
sure? So anyway, that's okay. So,
No, that is no. I
Yeah.
hear this because it's like we grew up in this like interesting times and similar stories and stuff and similar elders of ours who are secretly racist.
yeah. And I'm like,
But they didn't see it as that. They just like it's factual.
exactly. And the funny thing is
Yeah.
we are of a darker complexion. And I
Yeah.
don't know if you've seen Mississippi Masala with Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
I think Mira Nair
Yes,
was the director.
yeah.
And there's one line in the movie where he says to the dad, he says, I don't know much, but I know that you are just a couple of shades lighter than me right here.
Yeah.
Like, we are the same.
Yeah.
So this is the thing.
But the brown folks and I mean my people.
And my
Because
want to be more
yes,
white.
yeah, we do not like being considered closer here.
We're like that. Like my family was like, you know, the Aryan race is Persian.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, that's not something cool to show off about. Like, you know, like
Oh,
you
what
know
does
what
it
they
matter?
did. Like,
Yeah. It's
no,
still there though.
We invented white people. I'm like, you don't invent white people. It's no such thing as that.
We invented.
Yeah. It's like we invented white people.
You just have to-
Aryans are Persian.
Do you have the same thing as us? We have like you can tell they don't even mean it, but their phrases like if they describe beauty, they use words like they're fair. Is that their?
No, we don't have that. No, we have weirder things. I mean, but I've heard. Is it about the Fair and Lovely thing? Was that
No.
you?
So that's a cream, but
Yeah.
I'm translating the word. So if I wanted to call you handsome, or someone said, "Oh, you know, Amin's handsome," they wouldn't just say handsome. They would also say, "Oh, he's so Gora." And
Gora is white.
Gora is fair and white.
Ah,
So
okay, no.
they attach beauty with it as a thing, you know.
No, I've not had
and they'll
that.
say other stuff like, "Oh, the phrase is rang dabya," and I don't know even how to.
Rang
It basically means the person's color has been overtaken, but they mean tanned. But the way they phrase it sounds like, you know, it got beat out. Like he could have been white.
We beat the
and
white
fair,
out of him.
but the sun, you know, it destroyed his whiteness.
Oh, fuck,
and
okay.
he would be good looking, but his color has been subdued.
no.
And I don't think it's even like consciously racist.
Maybe I've not come across that. But
Yeah,
like, I've
yeah.
come across like, and it's not racist at all. But it's just the weirdest thing. Is like you know, it's like grandparents where they want to say something nice about
Yeah.
you. You know, like, but it's just like they're weird. It's like they love you. It's like Bemiran Barat. It's like I die for you.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
why
yeah.
you want to die for me? I don't want you to die for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
You know, it's like oh, dudul talat. You know,
Yeah.
It's like dudul talat. It's like, and it's an older. Your grandmother normally says it's dudul talat.
Yeah.
And she's saying, oh, what a wonderful golden dick you have.
No.
Yeah, Dudul Tala. Dudul is like a kid's cute name for a penis, a kid's penis.
Oh, right, right,
And Tala is gold. So it's like, I love your golden dick. I'm like, that's some child abuse there. Yeah. It's weird.
Have you got it weighed?
And no, I think when they take the skin off, I don't know if they kiss, it's just really,
Just
really,
rinse out the gold.
yeah, it's just really strange.
the
So
golden-
they have.
Wow.
And my Farsi is not as good, but they'll say like Jigara man, which Jigara I think is, I can't remember if it's kidney or liver.
Yeah. We have that
It's
too.
like Jigara manito, you are my liver.
Yeah, I think we
Why?
get it from.
Why do I need to
Farsi.
be your
Yeah.
you know?
Why are we bringing body
Yeah.
parts into this?
at all? You know?
Yeah.
So
There's another Farsi one I forget now, but it's something to do with the eyes, and
Cheshmam, like you are my eye, you know, or something. I don't know.
my
that's-
eye. Yeah. It's a
something like
phrase that I thought was
But
actually
they'll
beautiful.
say things like kurbish, like it's like, you know, I'll go blind for you or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, which
Yo.
I can kind of understand. They say like your beauty blinds me or something,
Right,
but
right,
like
right.
I don't understand this extreme. Just say you're pretty, and that's
Yeah,
good.
I love you.
Yeah,
How?
thank you. How hard is that? I love you.
They'll do anything to avoid
Yeah,
saying
saying
I
that.
love you. Yeah.
It's like
I'll
don't
cut
have-
out my intestine and use it as a rope to save you from the mountain that you're hanging off.
Yeah.
Instead of just going, I really love you. I
exactly.
love you. It's that's a funny one. I think with my dad especially is like old school, like no emotion type thing.
How was that? Like, was your dad a very emotional, like affectionate person growing up?
No, not consciously. And I think it was because of the generation that we're in. Like, for example,
Not because you didn't know where he worked.
and that too. Yeah. Maybe that's something to do with it. He's like, I've been telling you I work in Jeddah. But there was one time where I was like bicycling. I must have been like 9, 10 or something. And there's a dead cat. I accidentally, you know, the bike went over it. And I was traumatized because it was, even though it was dead, I was just like, oh my God, I went over this dead cat's body. I go home and I'm trying to explain to my dad how awful I feel. And he's like, man, these stray cats, he keep jumping in front of my car, you know, it's okay. And I'm like, this is just a generation different. He's like,
100.
keep coming just under my car and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I ran over a dead cat. And I think it was that towards the end of his life, he started showing emotions, and that shook me a bit too. Like,
How old were you? How old were you?
this
and
is
how-
well, he passed away last year as well, and
Okay, sorry about that.
yeah, and a couple of years, like the last 5 years or so,
Hmm.
he suddenly became much more affectionate and hugging, and even just kissing and saying, I love you and all that. And I was like,
Oh,
I don't
really?
know,
Okay.
I don't know which podcast you listen to, and changed. But I think with
It must have been one of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the earlier episodes. Yeah, talking about fathers and the generational.
Probably.
You're welcome.
Probably.
You're
He was
welcome
in
for the-
Iran, so
Huh?
he might have found your episode.
I
So
don't think
you're
I'm
big
there
in,
yet.
Did I tell you you're big in Tehran?
I thought,
Yeah. I've
He was-
probably been to Tehran more than you have, right?
okay.
Yeah.
That's not a far. Okay, I went there once in '83
Oh, that's it.
and once in '91.
Oh, right.
And
I
that
beat you
was
by
the-
miles. Though.
That was the last time.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. No, I went.
And
to
people
see
come to me like, "Oh, we heard Iran is so beautiful.
it is.
Tell us
though.
about it." I'm like,
Who's asking you to do this?
people tell me this. They
Oh,
tell me,
right.
how amazing it is. Like, would you like how amazing? I want to
Yeah.
go. I'm like, great, me too. Like, I do want to go.
Yeah.
I want to visit. I want to visit the mountains. I want to go and
It
visit
is.
the history,
It
Persepolis,
is.
and things
I
like
love the people.
I would love to.
I love the beauty of the place.
Yeah.
My mom was so happy there that even towards the end, the whole point was my dad was retiring and they were going to move to the States with my brother.
Yeah.
But my mom would have been happy to stay in Iran.
So your dad was living in Iran when he
Yeah, in
passed.
Tehran. Yeah. He had literally come back to pack up. So it was
Okay.
like his last, and they were supposed to be there for 2-3 months, but things started like sliding and delaying, and then he passed away in Tehran.
Oh, wow.
And the and obviously religiously in Pakistan, when we said we brought the body over, there were people who are from the Shia community. They were like, but he was so lucky to pass away in Tehran. You should bury him
24
there.
hours. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but I can't get a visa now. It's not you can, but I was like, I still want my dad closer to a place I can get to, But that's the beauty of it. From my first visit, like just the people, immediate affection for them. Cool. The young people are so ambitious and cool and lovely. I know there's always like this thing for foreigners. We used to go. My first Farsi words were ab talbi, and I don't know what.
I don't know what that means.
It's melon juice.
Oh, Abu Talibi.
Abu
Okay,
Talibi,
okay, yeah,
melon
yeah.
juice,
Alright.
and the reason I learned it was because it was the season,
Yeah.
and these
And you get
guys
fresh.
get it. It was the sweetest of the
Yeah.
fruits there,
Yeah.
the best fruits.
We invented water. Like that's it was the whole thing. It's like I'm like, how do you invent a fruit?
Yeah, we it was us.
It's us.
While we were making white people.
Yeah, white people,
One of them went-
Mercedes G-Wagon, and the watermelon. It's us and cats. I'm like, how do you invent cats, dude?
That's why they're called Persian cats.
Persian
my friend.
cats, yeah.
We invented
And
them.
I'm like, I think they're called Persian cats because Iranians are so hairy. That's why.
But food and all that,
Oh, yeah.
the country is just amazing.
we
And-
invented food as well.
and countries,
yeah.
and seasons. They have all the
all
seasons.
us.
Yeah. So from that perspective, I
Yeah.
completely and they would refuse to take money from us, and
Yeah.
we'd have to like force it.
Which is
on
good
us.
at sometimes when this Tara, like when it's your family, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
tell you.
yeah.
Try going to. I want to do a bit about that. Where it's like I go to dinner with like 9 of my family.
Yeah.
And it's just like you eat this, no, you eat this. No, I'm like, please God, everyone just order what they want.
Yeah,
Let's not
yeah.
share food.
Yeah,
Enough
yeah,
of
yeah,
the tarof.
yeah.
I don't know how to say it in what equivalent is English, but yeah, it's wonderful after a while.
But it's also overbearing.
Yeah, it's like let's
Yeah.
get into the lift. They're like, no, after you. No, please, after you. No,
Yeah,
after you.
yeah.
No,
Let's
after you.
just
I'm
get
like,
on, man. Yeah.
okay, the lift's gone now, so we'll just take the stairs. It's
They are. And you know what's really funny about Iranians, though, is they're the most civilized, polite, friendly people in the world.
You're gonna think I'm crazy.
No. Sorry.
We invented civilization. No,
I
but
mean,
that's true.
that's true.
That's true.
That's
That's one
true.
thing is
That
it was
is true.
Cyrus the Great invented
That's
civilization.
true. And they take great pride in not really being ruled by outsiders as well, unlike
Yeah.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but the second you get on the roads, and it's the most chaotic, like most places, pretty chaotic, and I'm like, what happened to you people? They're orderly everywhere else.
I've heard people like I've been to Cairo.
Yeah.
And there's traffic.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Cairo's
I've-
worse though.
And I've been to Delhi.
Yeah.
And I've seen traffic.
Karachi. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I've not been to Karachi to see.
Oh.
But I saw like I'm saying I'm 91. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm 11 years old, 12. Yeah. I'm traumatized. I saw like crazy stuff, and I saw cars
Yeah.
going backward, like down,
Oh, right. Yeah.
but not down the side of the road, like in the middle of the road. It's like 5 lanes, and there's one car reversing back through.
Yeah.
And it's like no problem. They're just going around. it.
Yeah. It's like fluid,
Yeah.
It's like, well, rules
And like-
are there for
And
like,
like he's reversing. They're like, yes.
Yeah.
And like, but he's doing it in the middle, so they can go around him. And like,
It's a working.
smart-
Everyone knows.
Yeah, organized
They're
chaos.
on it. Yeah, it's organized chaos. Karachi and all are worse.
Really?
Oh god, yeah. Like there are no lanes. Like everyone converges into like. But what I find amazing was that you'd have these people just driving so close, but no accidents happening.
Yeah, they just used
Like,
to it.
how
They
do you
how
know?
to.
How close are you?
It's insane.
So that part is amazing. But compared to other places, no, Iranians they still follow lanes and stuff somewhat,
Oh, really?
and then
Yeah,
dodge and
okay.
stuff. But much, yeah. You got to
Much.
see Karachi. Like it's nuts, man. But the thing was, so my dad lived there long enough to kind of get in because his number plate was diplomatic, right?
Okay.
So what that means is you can't really pull
Mess with
them
them.
over and stuff.
Yeah.
At worst, if they do something, you kind of go, all right, get back, unless it's maybe a serious crime. They'll report it to your embassy or
Yeah.
whatever that, Mr. Zahid, please tell. So my dad, by the end, was like parking his car on the last lane and going into shop. I'm like, Dad, you're blocking a lane off. He's like, okay. And I'm like, you have been here too long, my friend. You need to
They
get
know
out.
me.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Yeah, it was like that. He's like, they know me. I'm good.
Oh, man.
So it was that. Yeah.
So you studied. We should get back on track.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a two-parter. So you studied business
Yes,
then
my
you-
master's.
Here.
Yeah, then I did my master's here.
Okay, the master's. as well, okay.
Wollongong University. Oh my God.
Good Australian.
I've stopped.
is
Yeah, I
it?
stopped putting it on my resume. I put the short form.
Okay.
I don't know what I was
Wally what's the short?
There's no, they call it UOWD. So it's
I would use that
University
as
of
well.
Wollongong.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds more like that's a good uni.
Yeah. You would. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
University of Wisconsin, maybe. Yes.
University of West Russell Khaimah for all I care.
Yeah, but
West
no,
Dubai.
Wollongong is a.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like I don't know, like a drink or something, like biltong or something.
It does. The wild, like a jungle.
Yeah.
It's not. My friends who are in Australia are like, it's a great, beautiful place. I'm like, can we change the name?
So you studied masters in business as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did in international business. I
So
mean,
made your family proud.
made my family proud.
Except your mom wanted you to be a doctor, but she accepted.
Well, she was
okay with
happy that I did my master's. And,
But then you were working in HR?
yeah.
Okay.
I got into one of my earliest jobs was like a consultancy. So
Yeah.
I was working with consultants, projects, admin, all that kind of
Okay.
stuff.
So you were a consultant before the Gen Zs became consultants.
It was, yeah. I
Of
should have
course.
stuck there, stayed in that field. But then I got into a bank for
Okay.
L&D. It was Barclays, and
Okay.
great time. I think what's funny is like I don't know how it would have played out
Yeah.
because I moved off from it to another bank, but the financial collapse had happened.
Yeah, was your fault.
Well,
If you had stayed, it wouldn't have happened.
No, I was in it when it happened.
Okay.
And but when I moved, I kind of like the whole thing put me off work slightly as well.
Okay.
So that kind of triggered my whole like thing about jobs and stuff and going,
Yeah.
it's not secure. When I took the Barclays job, I had a very similar offer from Adidas, right?
Okay.
And I sat there and I went, banking is more stable.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, banking is more stable. It's a better career.
But Adidas would have been super cool.
I in hindsight,
No, but even then.
when the financial, but the role and stuff, I was just like, it's more stable.
Okay. You did HR in
Both,
Barclays?
yes, L&D.
Okay.
Both roles were L&D based, and I took the banking because it was more stable. It had, I thought, more prestigious
Yeah.
as a name. 2 years later, the banking crisis happened, and I'm like, this is not stable at all. People are still buying shoes, damn it.
But then you did a full, I would say 180, or you just went, you were going this way and you just said, I'm going to do this now.
Yeah, what I was in Barclays is when I started delving into a trip to the US, I did stand up and improv and
You
stuff.
started in comedy.
Yeah.
When
I
was that?
Tried, I think probably around 2007 and 2008. Yeah.
Mhm.
And tried it, came back, and just so happened that at that time people had started doing it here also. So it was just
Yeah.
coincidence, I guess, or fate, or whatever you want to call it.
But you quit. I mean,
Yeah.
so when did you quit? Because you quit the financial crisis? Because you went after that.
No, I
Okay.
actually walked out of the financial crisis really well. So
Okay.
what happened was,
Explain that, because it sounds like you stole money and you were set up like, is it?
kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
No. In 2008, when it happened, they had a worldwide freeze on hiring.
Okay.
So I stopped from my promotion and everything that I was supposed to. I got really annoyed. And I looked back at it, I was like such a snob about going, the world is collapsing. I'm crying about my lack of promotion. But in a wild moment, I went to my boss and I was like, I'm quitting. And the regional manager, I used to do stuff for them as well. They were like, hold on, what do you want? I was like, I just want equal pay to what I should get. And so he made it happen in the middle of the financial crisis. Somehow I got a 20-30% raise, a grade raise. And I don't know how I got pulled. Everyone was shocked about how it happened. And it went through. And then 6 months into it, a second round of redundancies happened. By then, someone I knew had moved to another bank and they had already offered me a job. And I was about to tell them when my current boss went, don't. I was put on the list. I walked away with 6 months, a gold handshake, while I already had a job offer in hand. So great bunch of money. Yeah, can you imagine? In the middle of a crisis.
I'm just trying to figure this
in a
out.
bank.
This was all great.
Yeah, didn't have to steal.
You didn't have to steal anything.
No.
But then you were you married then?
No.
Okay.
You think my wife would let me?
I was gonna say, it's gonna say.
Just stand up. Shut
But
up.
then, but then you started loving. I mean, I can understand loving stand up, and I try to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious, what made you have the ball? Well, obviously,
I think it was insane.
You had the money. You had the money.
I had some money.
Yeah.
I got lucky, and it came easy. I suppose I didn't face any difficulties. I was like, great, like this crisis is working out for me better than it was before.
When did you decide to quit everything and go after this?
It was a few months into the second job. I just felt like something. It wasn't sitting well with me at
like
that time.
2009.
Yeah. I quit. Okay. And then I did take on some work in the middle again for another job around 2013?
Yeah.
Because one of my old bosses came, said, do this. I did that for 9 months. So that's my
middle
in between.
But you did it for like 4 years almost.
Yeah. But also when it happened, look, the Dubai scene was completely different. It was beginning.
Yeah.
There was no one to role model from. So I had no idea what to do.
How did you learn?
Yeah, I panicked. By mistakes. So if I go up to young comics and stuff and give advice, it's not from a place of like, hey, I know better
than you. Yeah.
It is really like, please don't do this. Do this, do not do this. So I genuinely am like, don't make the mistakes I made.
Yeah.
So I failed through it. I made so many mistakes. I had bad moments. You know, when I joke about like really low and stuff, there were times when I was like literally going, what am I doing with my career?
Still single.
Still single.
When you were in those moments,
Yeah.
because I know you as a very happy, energetic guy. Because when you're in those moments, how do you get out of the the negativity?
I think that's the problem. Like I could never stay down too long.
That's a problem. That's a good thing.
It's a good thing. And so, you know, I would somehow just bounce back because I loved the craft and I was always like, let's see. I think I am optimistic generally about things in nature.
Does that start from
By
childhood?
nature?
Does that come from your childhood?
Maybe. I think my parents gave me such a safety net with like comfort and everything that I didn't feel
You didn't get hit as a child,
scared or
did you?
vulnerable.
You never got hit as a child.
I've been slapped once by my dad.
Once?
In my whole life.
And he apologized probably after.
Yes, it's same with my mom.
Really?
Yeah.
Your dad apologized?
Yeah.
I wonder what that's like.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. My parents were completely non-brown, like to the point where I'm like, I got no jokes to tell
Well, I
about
think
you
you're the
guys.
real Aryan here, not me. Are you serious? Like they never?
I was the fairest out of
They didn't.
Not at all.
So you were a good kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a good kid, but I was a good kid because I
you're
used to get
scared.
hit.
No, I think
because I used to get hit.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like out of fear, right? Like
Yeah.
I think because they and this is what I take to my parenting, because they did such a nice way. I didn't want to disappoint them,
Okay.
so that would stop me from doing a lot more. Because my mom would just be like, okay, and you're like, oh man, she loves me so much.
And going to do comedy and quitting your corporate job where you made money didn't disappoint them?
I think that shocked them, and I thought they thought it's a phase, and I'll get over it and go back to work or something along those lines. And for the longest of time, my dad would come up to me and go, "Hey, listen, you know, I spoke to Uncle this, and there's a job opening in that place. You want me to forward your resume?" And I'd say, "No, I'm good." Yeah,
Because when things are not going right, because I quit as well, right? I've done it a few times.
yeah,
That's the time when you're like, it feels like when you're struggling,
yeah.
someone will come and be like, say, listen, I have this job. Would you be interested? And you're like,
Yeah, I cried once because of that. I said
Yeah?
no to an ex-boss. The money was great.
why did you say
And
no?
because I was just like, I'm gonna do this. But on the way home, I was like, that was the stupidest thing I've done in my life. Like, what am I gonna do? first, I panicked and cried. So I had moments like that where I'm like really panicked.
This is post 2013 when you did the 9-month thing, or
Yeah, just before that. Yeah, no, after that. Sorry, after that. as
you were
well.
married then, or no? It's not that.
Still not married. Just I married in 2016.
Okay, same as me.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
fair
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
All right.
I think we like roughly.
But
same.
then, yeah, because it's. I'm not saying that the wives would tell us to. Well, they would. but
Oh yeah,
you when you're a husband, partner, and you have a child as well.
yeah.
The stresses are immense.
It is
Like I feel that on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And my wife will tell me like, "Why are you stressed? We'll be okay. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
Like it's okay.
Yeah.
You know." And that's for me is very very important. Like she's my rock.
That is so.
You know,
important.
and I say to her, like I was telling her the other day, I said like, "I'm so glad to have you by my side
Yeah.
because I know if you're not by my side, you're behind me." And I said, "You know why I say you're behind me, right?" She said, I said, "Not because I'm the man, I'm in front." She's like, "No, because I'm kicking you." I was like, "Yep, that's the one kicking me," because she does.
That's
because
exactly.
she
You need a partner
yeah.
like that.
I think that's very important.
Absolutely.
So have you found that your wife has been?
Yeah, I think because she's also an artist, I think we understand
is?
each other's struggles and stuff. Yeah,
okay.
and look, I messed up. I made some big mistakes. I've gone through rough times as well. I'm not
Like,
like it
what
was
do you
on
wanna
road.
talk about those?
Getting like financially losing everything for a while. Like
BCCI.
that 6-month pay that I had like a golden handshake. I'm like, where did that go? You know, it went. That was my first panic. Was like how quickly
It went.
it went, and I was
Yeah.
like, yo, what's going on? And my income hadn't caught up to previous
Yeah.
jobs and stuff. And
Yeah.
and then you realize, wait, I got to pay for my own insurance. I got to pay for my own visa, and all
There's
that.
no
kind of
ticket
stuff.
home.
There's no ticket home. I have to sit in front of the mirror and go, "You're not getting a bonus, Salman, this year." Okay, sir.
You didn't read the performance.
Yeah, but I think just getting up on stage and getting that always just revitalizes us.
Okay, but getting on. So does it revitalize you? Because sometimes
Yeah.
it can. Do you ever? Or maybe not for you.
For bad gigs.
Yeah.
No, everyone has bad gigs, man.
But then how do you get out? Because when it's a bad gig, I question all my life. You're like,
yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm there. Like obviously everyone's dream is to do. You know, you're doing comedy not just like because you want to do something.
Yeah.
And you're like, nobody laughed.
Yeah.
I was speaking so fast.
Yeah.
What the hell are
Yeah.
you doing?
I think over time, and I don't know how to speed this up for anybody, if I'm honest. I think at some point you separate the bad gig from you,
Okay.
and having that comfort knowing that the joke's good or I enjoy it, and I think I really went back over time with going, am I having fun or not? I think we had this conversation.
Yeah.
That am I having fun on stage or not? And then even in certain bad gigs, I'm like, I ended up having a laugh and it's fine. So it's not taking yourself too seriously
And
and taking the craft,
Yeah.
giving it respect at the same time.
Yeah,
It's not easy.
it's not because
not
I
easy.
remember doing a gig a little while ago, and
Yeah.
you know Noha.
Yeah.
She was there.
Yeah.
And like she man, she has this like I don't know what it has. I don't know what the right je ne sais
Easy
pas, I don't know.
charm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like she's just
Don't you
so
hate people
comfortable.
like that?
I'm like, how? Like she
Yeah.
comes on there and she's just like she like it's not even rehearsed.
Yeah.
She sees someone and she just like boom,
Yeah.
like and she just clicks and like it's just like she brings in the audience.
Yeah.
And people like when they're sitting there watching me, they're like sitting back here. When they're sitting here, they're like
Yeah.
they lean,
Yeah.
she takes them in. And I did the show and she was like, "You did good." I was like, "I don't think so." And I was like, "Nah, I didn't feel I did great." And she's like, "I don't know if it's a male thing,
Yeah.
but you take it too seriously.
Yeah.
You need to enjoy it."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah. That's why you jumped into
enjoy
it.
enjoy
A foreign
it.
concept.
Enjoy being on stage. It's like, they've come here to laugh.
Yeah.
Why don't you enjoy it as well? Because they will feel it. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't perform for like a month. Christmas and things like that. And then I went on stage and then we were on stage together. And then I was like, I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm going to roll around.
And I saw
And I'm
that
just
difference.
going to enjoy it. And like I said, at the end of the day, if they don't laugh, at least I'm just going to just
No, but I
bust my
thought it was the most relaxed I've ever seen
Yeah.
you on stage as
Yeah,
well,
I
and it was
think
really
so.
good. I would go like not to. I completely
no,
agree.
please,
I use the word play a lot too.
Yeah.
I think you have to go back to playing as an artist, on a stand-up comic on stage, and play, and that's when you discover and have fun. So not just like enjoy it is
Yeah.
is tough to tell.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Go up and enjoy. Okay, I will.
I'm like, are you entertained? I'm happy.
Are you enjoying this? I am definitely
You
enjoying
bastard, do
this.
you like what I'm saying right now? Why not? Like, it's like, I guess.
You're right.
Yeah.
But I think the word play captures it a bit more, where it makes more sense. You're going up to just experiment and be silly again and allow yourself to
have those moments.
do whatever and go off script and stuff. Every comic starts off, they write their jokes here and
reading like this.
they come on. And the first time it was very scary for me to go through the script. I'm just going to go up and see what I remember.
Yeah.
And that broke a thing for me. Like,
Because I
just
saw you
not.
like, like I was saying, at the time I saw your canopy and you came on and then you just like, the thing you came in, you're like the guy with the biceps.
That was gold, though.
Yeah. And I was like, and like you came in there and you're like, "Hi, my name's Salman." And I was like, it was just like you saw it, you heard, you noticed it and just improvised.
Yeah. But you're missing the first step, which you said is to observe.
Yeah.
An artist, like one of our jobs is just to observe. That's a very fundamental, important thing that we don't pay attention to. We're distracted and paying attention to what is there. And then if you do improv and stuff, there's another concept from there that I love is called being obvious. And too many times we try to be creative and we kind of go, I got to think outside the box and what's crazy, because that's what people kind of think it means. But sometimes it's pointing out the obvious, because most times people go, yeah, man. Yeah, that it happens to me. Or yes, it's right. Right. And that's the observation being obvious. So when you say that example, I wasn't trying to be clever. I literally was like, this is what I just observed.
And this guy's voice is deep.
This obvious thing. I didn't go up and tell a clever joke.
Yeah.
I literally just was, the most obvious thing to me was that this voice is thick. I'm going to go do that. And I think that's a concept that would help you change. But just so you know, the first time I tried crowd work, so petrified. I literally did this. So what's your name? Amin? Okay. So, and my heart was pounding. And I was like, I did crowd work. Oh, I'll go back to the set. I have panic and sweat and just, honest to God, that was it for me. And so people see a final easy product. Yeah. I was gonna.
I think the first time, I had something similar. Like it was some, like it was. I was seeing a show and I was so shocked. A woman screamed out, "Take your top off," and I was so shocked.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I was bigger then, right? I was much fatter then, And I was like, wow. And even my wife doesn't tell me to take my top off with the lights on. Like, it's the only thing I could think of. And she was like, take it off.
That must have got a big laugh.
It did.
Of course.
It was like
Yeah,
so,
but that's that moment of just honest reaction.
just a thing,
yeah. I think if you get in your head and go, I need to be clever when I talk to people and make jokes.
But it's being natural. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So for I mean, you teach a lot of people and you do the classes. So for someone who wants to get into the industry, whether it's stand up or improv, what would be a piece of advice you would give them besides you're saying observing? Is there anything else you would recommend?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of distractions.
Yeah,
focus back on what you're making.
Okay.
Because we artists, if you become an artist, you start getting distracted by, let me build that website. Let me come up with that great Instagram handle that will make me go viral. And that's fine. You want to build a career, you need to do those things. But if you catch yourself spending more time doing that instead of just writing the material, I think that's where you'll falter. And that's a very easy thing to fall into the trap.
Okay.
Cut out the noise, go back to basics all the time and create, because you want to become an artist at first and then become famous or whatever. I don't know about that stuff, but
no one can tell that.
Yeah. Who's in control of that? But
and then just I'm gonna wrap up. But the last thing I want to ask you is, what was the best piece of advice you had
about life in general, or comedy, or
could be both? Yeah, life, and if you have two, then two. If not just one, whichever one's most memorable for you, whether it's about your comedy career or about life.
Oh, that's a interesting one. I don't have great memory from people, but I have had great teachers. I think people who've had a big impact on me. There's a there's a improv practitioner, instructor, Sean, and he lives in Canada. He works for the Loose Moose Theater initially, and now he does his own thing. Very experienced person doing it since before you were born, I suppose.
Okay.
And I think he kind of he did say, he said, like, lean into who you are more.
Mhm.
And it sounds obvious and easy, but I think it freed me from watching other artists and performers and trying to go, I want to be like them, or I'll take that.
Mhm.
And you can take ideas from people and learn from them, but mostly he helped me free up to be vulnerable with my own stuff. And I
Gotcha.
think a good artist, especially stand up,
Mhm.
funnily enough, I see too many comics going and they're trying to tell jokes
Yeah.
about why this cup is strange and stuff. And I'm like, but I'm not listening to who you are and what you're
What you
becoming.
bring to the table.
Yeah, that was the one that stuck with me quite a bit off the top of my head. I'm sure I'm
Okay.
going to walk out and go, dude, not me.
I had another one.
I
There was a
had a great
profound
one.
thing they told
I had a
me,
great
and it
one.
changed my
Yeah,
life.
yeah. I think I would just to, but honor my dad. I think he was, he did, it's not so much what he said. He was the most chilled out person in the world
Amazing.
ever. Like, I have never seen him like panic,
Yeah.
just comfortable with whatever problem I've ever brought to him, when I thought he might shout at me or whatever. And his reaction was always like, are you okay? His
Which is
first question was always that. And just that, holding that. And I'm not like that, as you say, I'm a hyper guy, but that has
He was
always,
chilled.
he was the opposite of me, like just the most cool, chilled out person ever. And more than anything he said, that impacted me as well. That whatever problem comes up, we'll deal with it. And going
Yeah.
back to what you said, like, there'll be hard times, and how do you panic? I think I do refer to my dad's point, like, it doesn't matter how big a problem is, it'll go away. Things will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the worst?
This too shall pass.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
And in better words. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. I
Yeah.
think that's a wonderful note to leave it on.
Thank you.
Remembering that. Thank you, sir, for
No,
coming.
my pleasure. Yeah. I loved it.